Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken and I'm on a journey to lose as much weight as I possibly can so I can become a fat guy no more. So how's it going? It's been a while. I know I had a video up, 2 weeks ago where I talked about the 5K, that I finally decided to do that. Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about today. If you saw the thumbnail, I mentioned personal best and a podcast. So I want to talk about both of those things. But before I do that, I want to say thank you for coming by. If this is your first time dropping by, I ask that you please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, I know I haven't given you too many updates on what's been going on lately, and I'm going to honestly talk about that hopefully next week. But just to give you the little gist of it and what's going on, I'm freaking exhausted. Just been totally worn out, exhausted. It is that time of year for me, tax season. So I'm doing YouTube stuff, working at Costco Travel, as well as taxes now. That's my third job that I'm working on. So it is a lot of work, and I know some of you understand what I'm saying. Joellen, I'm looking at you right now. You get it, you've been there, you understand. So it is one of those things where I just don't really get a moment to sit down and do this. I've been going, and it'll get back to the point where I'll get back into the rhythm and start doing stuff. Typically, as you know, I used to record videos on Fridays. Well, now I've been going out on Fridays to do my walks. And I actually did a little recording of one of them here that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But now, take my shot on Wednesday. Not feeling too hot on Thursday. Always got stuff going on Thursday. Friday, walk time. Saturday, Sunday at the gym. Monday, Tuesday on the treadmill. I'm exhausted by the time I get done with my shift on Wednesday. And then we just start that all over again. I know I'm whining because I'm sure a lot of you are way busier than me. But ever since I got sick, holy Moses, everything has just been, I don't know. But we'll talk about that in the next video, honestly. I want to talk more about that. And this one I want to spend time talking about getting ready for that 5K. And so let me actually show you that clip that I was talking about. It's a little video for a new segment that I'm calling Walking with Ken. First thing I want to do is set up, map my walk, get it going, and then I'm off. I'm down around Lake Hefner here in Oklahoma City. This is where I'd like to come walk at because they've got this amazing walking path, as we'll see here shortly. But it is an absolutely beautiful day, as you can see. It was already just a little over 70 degrees, but there was a wind, and when that wind kicked up, as we can see, the tree's not moving too much there, so it's not too bad right now. But when that wind got to blowing, oh man, it was a little bit chilly, but it was supposed to be up closer to 75 degrees by the time I'd be done with my walk, so I knew that it was going to be a warm one today. I've done other videos from right here, like that bench right over there to the left. I sat on that bench and did a video back last September. If you remember, it's the one where I showed the sunset over the lake. That was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's this is a gorgeous place to come to. Of course, if it wasn't so windy, it'd be even better. But I love coming down here. As you can see, I got somebody walking toward. Oop, there goes a bicyclist. Yeah, they like to ride down here too. Skip ahead a little bit here. This is where I veer off of the normal walking path, and I do it simply because making this arc around like this is actually more distance than if I would have went straight on there. Plus, a lot of times you get to see a bunch of different species of birds over here. Looks like we got a flock of seagulls over here. Really caught my attention was at this point in the walk, I still felt like I was floating on a cloud. It might be those new shoes, could be that I'm a little faster than I used to be. But right now, at this point here, I had noticed that I was well ahead of my normal time, and so I decided to keep walking, go a little further than I normally would. And that bench right there, I did a video from there like last March, I think it was, honestly. So I love coming down here to the lake. I've never been that kind of person, obviously. If you've followed my channel, you know that I haven't really been able to walk a whole lot for a lot of time, you know. So now that I can, I love coming down here. And maybe one of these days, sometime in the future, I'll be like this guy and be able to go out and jog this path. But for now, I'm walking, just keeping a decent pace. I'm not trying to force myself. I just want to get out and walk, just be out, go out, and just walk some. Moving right along. It's a beautiful day, but that wind is still chilly. This part of the park was pretty much uncharted territory for me, so I didn't really know where to go. So I just kept walking until I found a place that I felt like would be a natural turnaround point. That way, once I chart how far this has been, if I want to do it again, I'll know exactly where I want to be. This part right here was interesting because there's a little bit of a loop here. When I come around, you'll see where it goes up, but this has got a little bit of a decline here, which is good because when I'm out on that path for the 5K, there's going to be inclines, declines. It's not going to be flat, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to be flat. Of course, there are 2 overpasses we'll have to do, so that's going to be much bigger than this. But you could see right here to the right, that's where I went up and then made the loop around, and now this will head me back to where I was. Of course, skip ahead here too. Now we're back further around the lake, and I'll be honest with you, right here to my left there is a bench that I normally will take a moment and sit down and take a breather at. Now today I didn't do that, and I didn't do that for 2 reasons. 1, I was feeling good, and 2, there was already people sitting there. About into the home stretch here now, going back onto the blacktop. The asphalt, here we go. Just got to get up there to the parking lot now. Got the sun in my face, no shadow now. Quite warm even with that wind blowing strong. Up. I can see my car. Still a long ways off, but I could see it. Past my turn. Little Luke Combs blasting in my ear. Long neck ice cold beer never broke my heart. I could go for one of those right about now. My car, I see it. I'm almost there. Oh my God, y'all. Just got done with my walk. I was gonna sit in the back like I've done before in the past, but that wind is just crazy out there. You know, you're talking 45, 50 mile an hour gusts, and I don't know that you'd be able to hear me. So I'm sitting in here with the sun baking on me right now. It's about 75 degrees out there, but man, when that wind was blowing, it got a little bit chilly there for a little bit, but I got my walk in. This is my first walk down by the lake this year. If If I haven't mentioned it already, it is Friday, March 7th, 2025. That gives me 7 weeks tomorrow until the 5K. So I really wanted to come down and just spend some time just walking on something other than the treadmill. I have been up on the treadmill a couple times earlier this week, just walking, just smooth, doing about 20 minutes or so before work, of course. And so I wanted to come down today just to see what it's like to walk on regular ground instead of that treadmill, because I've been saying for a long time, I could do about 1.5 to 1.6 miles an hour when I'm on the treadmill. And I just know that down here, I'm a little bit better than that. So I wanted to come down and get a good walk in. Plus, I've got brand new shoes on. So I wanted to try to get those worked in a little bit. Maybe it wasn't smart to wear them today, but I bought me a pair of those, how do you pronounce it? Hokas, or whatever, that are supposed to be amazing. They're a little bit weird to me. I mean, they're quite squishy, right? So it's a little different. I'm used to hitting solid ground, when I step down, but I kind of got used to them and I got into my stride and I got out there. And so, yeah, what did I do? Well, I've got the details right here. I went 1.6 miles. So if you extrapolate that, that is just a scotch over half of the 5K that I'll be doing. So 1.6, let me also say that is the longest I've ever walked. The furthest distance, that is a personal best for me. I did it in 46 minutes and 34 seconds. Yeah, that's probably a personal best too, because the last time was 40 minutes when I was on the treadmill. On the treadmill in 40 minutes, I went 1.01 mile. Today in 46 and a half, I went 1.6 miles. So definitely a much better pace. This tells me that I had a mile pace of 29 minutes and 9 seconds. And I will admit, I stopped twice very briefly to take a few deep breaths and take a drink of my water. I brought with me, of course, water always. I will have it in my pocket, my electrolyte water, right? So a little bit of mango pineapple flavor in there. I brought it with me, but as you can see, I didn't even drink half of it out there. In the past, I would bring one and I would suck it down. I mean, it would be gone and then I would be just gasping for water and wanting it by the time I got back here to the car. This time, about half of it, and I went further than I've ever gone, both in distance and in time. And what excites me is from my best timed walk last year, I shaved a full 5 minutes plus off of my mile timing. Again, I really wasn't out to walk for time today. I just wanted to get out and walk and just see what it is. And then I could figure out from there what I can do going forward, getting ready over the next 7 weeks. And I think what I'm doing is what I'm going to keep doing. Go to the gym, do those walks on the treadmill, even though the treadmill is slower walks. But I want to do that and then get out here. Maybe every Friday, do the 1.5 mile, 1.6 mile walk. Then as that 5K gets closer, maybe go a little further. We'll just have to see. It's really going to depend upon the weather, to be honest with you, because, I mean, let's just be truthful. Today, again, 75 degrees, but with that wind was a saving grace. But there were times where it was still almost a little hot. Then again, maybe I shouldn't wear a dark shirt and a dark undershirt. I don't know. I'm new to this whole walking thing. If you've got any suggestions, drop it down in the comments below if you would. I'd greatly appreciate it. But like I said, quite excited. It was a great walk around the lake. And for the first one of the season, I couldn't be happier at this point, honestly. You could probably tell by that perma-grin on my face. So yeah, just having a good time. So you know what I'm going to do to celebrate it? I'm going to walk around Costco. Yeah, I got to go pick up a few things at Costco. So I'm going to leave here and head there and get some more steps in. And then I'm going to head home and probably put my feet up for a little bit because I deserved it. So yeah, needless to say, I was quite excited about that. I mean, personal best for my time, my distance, and my pace. And I really wasn't even trying, honestly. I mean, I wasn't. Like I mentioned, I had brand new shoes on and I was just out walking. Hell, I was recording it, right? I had my camera with me, and so I was recording it along, as you obviously saw there. So I can only imagine what it would be like if I actually tried. But with that said, the day of the 5K, I will have my camera in hand as well. Probably, honestly, between me and my bestie, she'll have it sometimes, but I'll have it most of the time. So that's something that I want to get used to as well. walking and recording. You know, I could barely walk, talk, and chew gum, let alone trying to walk and record a video, right? But there's no way that I'm not going to bring you guys along with me on that 5K. So I got to get used to having that camera in my hand while I'm doing those things. So, I mean, unless you don't want me to bring you along, why don't you comment down below if you want me to record parts of that 5K while I'm doing it, or if you'd rather just hear me talking about it afterwards. I'm pretty sure I know most of your answers, but yeah, drop a comment down below if you would. So speaking of the 5K, I was on my way to work in the building. You know how I call them prison weeks, right? A few weeks ago. As a matter of fact, next week is prison week, so it's been almost a month, but it was at the tail end of it on a Saturday. That morning, I got a phone call, and it said it was from the Oklahoma City Memorial, which of course is the bombing memorial in downtown. I thought it was quite strange, so I let it go to voicemail because I'm like, they're not meaning to call me. I mean, why would they, right? And somebody left me a voicemail that said they were from there and they were wanting to talk to me about doing the 5K and asked if I'd give them a call back. Now, of course, my mind goes to, oh crap, did this one get canceled too? Because if you remember, I tried to do another one and it was canceled, but I got that notice via email, so I wasn't sure what this was about, to be honest with you. So when I got to the building, I parked and I gave them a call. It was a really nice gal named Marianne, and we talked for a while. She was really curious about things because she said that she was looking through data here for entrance for the 5K. And came across my email address, you know, the one that says @FatGuyNoMore. She's like, there's got to be a story there, right? And so we talked about it. I gave her, you know, the Cliff's Notes version of my weight loss journey and how much I had lost and why I was doing the 5K and why I thought this would be a great one to do, you know, to honor the memory of those that were lost in the bombing back on April 19th, 1995. And then I was bringing along my bestie with me. We were going to do it together, just another one of those great adventures of her and I. So, you know, we talked for a little bit and then she said, well, hey, you know, we do this podcast for the Oklahoma Memorial Marathon and we'd love to have you on the show. Is there any way you could come down next Thursday and record it with us? I happen to have Thursdays off work, so I thought, why not? Let's do it. So she told me where it was going to be. And so that next week, bright and early, I headed downtown to Oklahoma City. And I went into the Griffin Media Building, which is our News 9, right, our CBS affiliate. It's their building there. And I got to experience something that really excited me big time. I am a news junkie, right? So when we got there, I had to check in. And then to get to the studio where we were going, we had to walk through the newsroom of our CBS affiliate, their News 9. And it was just like right out of a movie, right? Something that you just see. I don't see stuff like that all the time, right? So it was just so cool to see the newsroom, right? And so that was really neat. And when I came out later, there was a bunch of storm chasers showing up to get ready for storm season. So that just blew my mind because if you've been following my channel enough, you know that I follow the storms and I've actually gone out on storm chases myself and I'll be doing it again this season. So we got into the studio and I'm looking around. I saw a few other people, a couple others that looked like they were going to be guests that week as well. And then I saw the host and then I'm looking around and they told me I'm up first. So I had no chance to get even more nervous than I was, though I was quite nervous, honestly. You would think that sitting down here and talking to you guys all the time, like I have been for the last couple of years, would help me. And maybe it did. I don't know. But getting there and sitting behind the anchor desk, like literally an anchor desk for the news, right? With this big video board behind us that had the Memorial's logo on it and everything. It was just like surreal. Then you start looking at the equipment and you got these big cameras pointed at you, these amazing lights, just everything that this little studio here in my office isn't, right? So that was just really weird to be looking at because I'm used to looking at my little Sony camera over there. You know, I've had it for, golly, at least 6 years now, I think, 5-6 years. So I'm used to looking at it and that's not what was pointed at us that day. So I was quite nervous and I hope it didn't show, but it's one of those things that I really am grateful and thankful to them for inviting me down there no matter how nervous I was because I really enjoyed doing that. We talked about different things including, you know, mentioning my weight loss. We didn't talk about how that came about. We talked about why I'm doing the memorial. We talked about other things too. And I will link that in the comments down below of this video. And I'm asking you to do me a favor, if you would. Go watch it. If you would watch it for me, I would appreciate it. I am the first guest on there, but stay around to watch the rest. The second guest is a pastor of a local church. Got some really good stories to talk about race day. And then the third and fourth guest are the parents of one of the hosts, and Sonny and Papa, they are amazing. I had such a great time talking with them after we got done recording that. They are really good people. And so very thankful that I got to meet them that day as well. And again, you just, I have no idea when I started my weight loss journey, I couldn't have told you that I'd be able to meet the people that I've met, be able to sit down here and do this and talk to y'all and have so much fun doing it. I mean, it is unreal to me that I got invited to be on a podcast for a marathon. Now, granted, they called me a runner. Technically, you are a runner. I'm just going to be a slow one because I'm going to be walking it. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. I've mentioned it before. I just want to finish. They give you an hour and 50 minutes to finish, right? 90 minutes is what I kind of have in the back of my head. I'd like to get it done in about 90 minutes. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go that day. As we talk in the podcast, you never know when it comes to Oklahoma weather. So yeah, just being there and talking about doing my first 5K was just surreal to me. Absolutely bizarre. And again, all because that gal Marianne saw my email address, a fat guy no more, and just randomly gave me a call. So what a great experience it was. And I'm going to ask again, not that I'm begging you to, but if you would, please watch that video. Let's make that one their most watched video. Share it everywhere, if you would, on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere that you can, all your socials. Drop that video for me and just show them how much my community here, you guys support not only what I'm doing, but what they're doing, and let's give them some love. Watch the video. Give it a thumbs up. Drop an inspirational comment over there if you would. I mean, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. As I said, I'll link it in the comments down below. But it was fun. I don't know how else to say that. If you watch really close, I actually had this shirt on that day, but you could see my breathing sometimes, how fast it was going. And I think you can almost see my heart ready to jump out of my chest, to be honest with you, because I was a little nervous. Again, it wasn't this environment. If I was able to record it here and just be on it there, kind of like I've been on Dave Knapp's show on the pen a few times, right? I've been able to sit right here in my office, much more calm, right? But being somewhere that I'd never been like that, in like a professional news studio, that was just surreal, absolutely surreal. But again, the only way to say it was it was fun. I had a good time, and I think it turned out great. So why don't you watch it? And when you do come back here too, drop a comment and let me know how you thought I did. I'd appreciate it. So that's all I got today. Week starts over again for me. Gonna be right back at it again. Tomorrow is Friday. That's probably when I'll post this. So I'll get up in the morning, do my walk, get home, do a little bit of meal prep, right back to work at Travel on Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, try to get into the gym. And then Monday, Tuesday on my treadmill here at home. Then come Wednesday, take a shot and go from there. You know, the cycle just keeps continuing. So hopefully I can get into a better rhythm. Hopefully I can get myself where I'm not just plain out exhausted. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I want to get back. I want to get updates to you guys. I'm very thankful for those of you that have reached out to me to make sure that I'm doing okay. Thank you for that. And I'm doing okay. I'm just tired. I'm just really tired. There's just a lot going on. A lot, honestly. So, but everything else I'm doing all right on. So thank you very much. And that's where I'm going to go ahead and end this one. Once again, if you would like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below, but go watch the podcast if you would. Check that out. Subscribe to their channel too. Just help them out. That's a great channel, a great cause over there at the Oklahoma City Memorial. I'd appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on my journey to become a fat guy no more, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video.